So we're first going to okay then. Pick a peach. What? No. Lastly, hey fellow fiction fanatics, I'm Chase. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited today because I'm going to do the Disney book tag. Anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely love Disney. Right now I'm actually wearing a Mickey t-shirt and my necklace actually says I speak fluent Disney. So if that doesn't tell you how much I love Disney, I don't know what does. I'm gonna stand up real quick so I can show you my shirt. So this video was originally done by Catty-tastic, so I'll leave her video down below. Alright, let's get into it. The first one is Little Mermaid, aka Fish Out of Water. Pick a book that features a character that is out of their element. So for that, I'm going to pick Cress by Marissa Meyer. This is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles series, and we follow the story of Cress, and she represents Rapunzel. But because this story is set in space, she is not in a tower, but a space pod. And this is her escaping that and exploring the world, and she is completely out of her element. It's just an amazing ride, and I love this story. Cress is my favorite character in this series. I love her so much. She's an incredible hacker. She's just the sweetest little thing, and I love her so much. So I'm gonna pick Cress for Fish Out of Water. Next up is Cinderella. Pick a character who goes through a major transformation. So for that, I'm going to pick Apollo from The Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. So we are following the god Apollo, but he is being punished by Zeus and has been sent down to Earth as a human. This is his story of just trying to reclaim his godly powers and get back to Olympus, but he is so self-centered and conceited, especially in this first book. But as we go on throughout the series, he learns humility and friendship and the importance of being human, and he really has a major transformation in character growth, and I think that's really great. So that's why I chose Apollo for Cinderella. Next up is Snow White. Find a book with an eclectic cast of characters. So for that, I chose Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Rick Riordan. This has such a diverse and unique set of characters. I just love them all so much. They are so great and so fun. This is just a crazy series that is incredible, and they're such an amazing group of characters, and I love them all so much. Next we have Sleeping Beauty, a book that puts you to sleep. So for that, I chose a book that I had to read in high school, which is Into the Wild by Jon Krakauer. I didn't really enjoy this book. It was just really dry and dull to me, but it's actually one of my brother's favorite books, so to each his own. Next up, we have Lion King. Name a character who has something traumatic happen to them in their childhood. I could name a number of books, but for that, I'm going to choose one of the most shocking and traumatic that I've had to read in a fantasy world, and that is from Throne of Glass. When I read that, I was just like, oh, alright then. If you read this, you know what I'm talking about. She definitely has something extremely traumatic happen to her, so that's why I'm going to choose this one for Lion King. Next up, we have Beauty and the Beast. What is a beast of a book that you were intimidated by but found the story to be beautiful? And for that, I'm going to choose Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I was very intimidated by the size of this book, but I absolutely loved it. I think it has a beautiful cover as well, both inside and out. Like, that's really what matters, right? It was a book that I thought I would like, but I didn't realize I would just love it so immensely, and I am super excited to read the third book when it comes out. I love this so much, and I'm so glad I picked it up. So next up we have Aladdin. Name a character that gets their wish granted for better or worse. So for that, I'm choosing Lost in a Book by Jennifer Donnelly. This story basically takes place right after the Beast gives Belle the library, and it's sort of during the Something There song. Basically, Belle gets transported into this magic book. Her wish comes true to actually go into a story and be the main character, but things aren't always as they seem. This is actually a really good book, and I don't think a ton of people have read it, so I think it's definitely worth picking it up. It feels kind of weird to put a Beauty and the Beast book for Aladdin, but hey, that's how it worked out. Next up, we have Mulan. Name a character that pretends to be something they're not. So for that, I chose I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore. This is the first book in the Lorien Legacies. These characters are pretending to be normal high school kids when in fact they are actually aliens. So definitely pretending to be something they're not. This first book is the story of Four, aka John Smith, and he is trying to remain undercover as just a normal kid at a high school, and that doesn't exactly go as planned. This is a great first book, and I really need to continue my reread of this. So this is the one I chose for Mulan. So I think this is probably one of my favorite questions, and it also happens to be one of my favorite Disney movies, which is Toy Story. So for this, you're choosing a book with characters that you wish would come to life. And I would absolutely love if these characters came to life and I could just like spend the rest of my life with them because they're amazing. And that would be the characters from the Heroes of Olympus. So I'm gonna hold up The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. These are amazing. If you can't tell, Rick Riordan is one of my all-time favorite authors, and I love all the Percy Jackson world. I would absolutely love if these characters came to life. I would spend all my time with them. I would love to be in their friend group and just hang out with them. Oh my gosh, it would be so much fun. So I would very much be happy if these characters came to life. Lastly, we have Disney Descendants, which is where you choose a book with your favorite villain. I don't particularly love villains, so these are some villains that I just can't stand. So I'm first gonna hold up Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Godard. Oh man, he's just cruel and vile and evil. He is so manipulative and just, I do not like him at all. I would be terrified of him. Ooh, he's just not a good person at all. And then another villain that is just alright then is Lavanna from the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. This is Fairest, which is the short story that tells about Lavanna's background and kind of connects the dots, and you can just see all the evil workings behind the whole story. If you've seen the Disney movie Bolt and that scene where Mittens is yelling at Bolt and she's like, "You're crazy! Stay away from me!" That is exactly how I felt reading this book the entire time. I was just like, you are insane. I don't want to have to deal with you. So these two are probably, I wouldn't say favorite, but these are definitely two villains I think make great villains because they are evil. Alright, so that's the Disney book tag. Let me know if you've read any of these books, and if you haven't done this video already, I tag you to do this video. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to share the love. I'll see you next time. Bye!